Well, hello, everybody. Well, everybody. I'm on a live stream and actually nobody is in the room yet. This is an improvised live stream because I'm just trying to learn how to do it. You guys might be watching this on replay, and that's fine. And start off with my customary greeting, which is welcome back, family. Welcome to Ohana Comics. Thank you for joining us yet again. So I'm going to see if I can test saying something in the chat. Okay, it pops up. Now all I need is actually somebody to join the chat and start talking comics, which would be absolutely wonderful. 0 of 200. So I guess I can have a maximum of 200 people here. That'd be interesting. Fresca. It's grapefruit sparkling water. So what the heck? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually try to put this video also streaming on my phone. So just in case I don't see chat here, I can still try to see it here. So, come on. YouTube Studio. I'm up to 532 subscribers. Fantastic. That makes me happy because I'm trying to get up the chain if I can. Videos. Live. Don't have any live videos. Okay, never mind that. So what I'm going to do now, apparently I can't watch what I'm on live with. Still don't see anybody else in the room, which is good because otherwise I'd be making a live stream and ignoring the person in the room, which is really, really dumb. Library? No. I know how to do this on the TV, just not on how to do this here. Come on. I'm not subscribed to myself, so that wouldn't work. Explore. No. There. Now, trying to do a search on my own page. Hey, Baki. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Baki, or how's it going? Hey, I had my first person join a room, and it didn't change on the 0 to 200. So, can you hear me? That is the first question. So, you're trying to watch. You're correct. Good to see you. I am correct in the pronunciation, or I am correct that you can hear me, or I'm correct in both. I don't know which. Anyway, good to see you. Well, hear you, see you, type you, read you. There we go. It's good to read you. When I'm doing this, making my own videos, I have the luxury of knowing that if I mess up, I can delete that video and do it again, except during the CGC unboxing, which is why I kind of goof up a lot there. But what I try to do, on this one, I may be a little bit more nervous because there's no margin for error. So anyway, keep myself well hydrated. It's good to have my voice back. I did receive one package in, which I ordered multiple of the same book because I got one in and it was not a candidate for submission. I'm sorry, it's not. It's a reader copy. One of the corners, I think it's printing problem, but there we go. Your picture looks great and audio is perfect. And yes, you are right in the pronunciation. I'm drinking IPA with you. Oh, cool. Well, I'm not a big beer fan, but I definitely have to have respect for IPAs. So I picked up 1, 2, I thought it was 5. I'm going to have to double check that. Maybe I only ordered, no, it was the last 4 that were available. 4 copies of the Dark Ages #1. I want to get a couple of these submitted. I'm personally thinking from the reviews that I'm reading and how quickly it disappeared off the shelf, I think that this is going to be the Nice House on the Lake of Marvel. Nice House on the Lake kind of snuck in under everybody's radar, and it was a great storyline through DC, and now copies are hard to find. It's not, it's rare that you find a Marvel DC high printed book that is something that is, worth investing in. I'm not saying this is going to be a Doctor Strange, but it is something I think that will gain a little bit of steam. I saw John's Comic with Kids review of the storyline of it, and it's not easy to really impress that man, but he really likes this on multiple levels. And so let's see, take a quick look. Now that is a submission grade book. That's one. And if I got 4 submission grades, I will submit all 4. And I'm not going to do, what do you call it? The, what's the one call where you can submit it, and if it doesn't hit a 9.8, they just return it to you for $8. I don't do that. If I get a 9.6, I get a 9.6. I'm not going to try to only take the best and take nothing else, because a lot of the books I submit, I know are not going to be 9.8. Some of them I know are going to be 9.2s, 9.4s. I didn't think that was a 9.8. I was hoping for more like a 9.4, 9.6, but I still submitted it. I don't go to the store and buy 25 copies and submit them all, and the screening, pre-screening. Thank you so much. It's just you and I having a conversation. So, yeah, I don't know. Are you into any of the claim sales or live auctions? There's 3 that I try to. This is great. Hey, I wonder how I do that. Let's see if I can learn here a little bit. Pin message. Put user in time, hide, add moderator, report. I wonder how you. No, I'm trying to figure. Sometimes when you're watching a video and they make it pop up like down here, I don't know how to do that. I don't know if that worked. I don't know if did you see that in the video or not. It popped up a little bit on the side of my screen, but not on the stream over here. Anyway, do you go for any online live auctions or claim sales? There's 2 live auction and claim sales that I try to attend. It did highlight in the chat. Awesome. Hey, I'm learning this. You understand? I still have like 12 o'clock flashing on my VCR. Okay. I'm like one of those technology challenged people. You give me a raw block of steel and I'll machine you a car engine. Okay. Mechanically, I got it. Technology, I'm dead. So, yeah, getting back to the same question though, there's 2 sites that I go to on YouTube for claim sales / live auctions, and there are multiple vendors, I guess you'd say. One would be Southern Comic Geek, SCG. He's actually on YouTube as Southern Comic Geek, and he does a show, I believe, every Saturday at 1 Central Time, which would be 2 Eastern Time. And if I'm not mistaken, Bucky, you're not in what do you call it? In the Eastern Time Zone. I think you're a little bit further west. And I'm going to do something else here. You've been like one of my most faithful followers, so I just upgraded you to a moderator. Okay, hopefully you see a wrench next to your name. That would actually be really cool. I'm not a moderator on any channel, so if you make a channel, you gotta give me a wrench. There was one friend of mine that he was shutting down his channel, and on the last day he was making everybody a wrench, and I was in the chat, and for some reason I and a couple other people did not get upgraded to wrenches. I think there were just 70, 80 people in the chat, and we just got overlooked. And hey, Shop for Comics, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to Ohana Comics. I'm actually getting a live stream here, and I'm seeing a chat, and I'm actually having some fun. This is good. This is really, really good. So, as I was saying, the yay, and Baki becomes my first wrench. I go to Southern Comic Geek. He has a claim sales / live auction where he has other vendors also, and they rotate through like 5 different people. And They have a lot of fun at the same time. That's one of the great things about a live show is you never know exactly what's going to be said or anything, but it's all still fun in comic books, and you get to buy some books at the same time. Why not? Another one that I do is, and I believe he does the same way, but I'm not sure of his schedule right now. I think it's Saturday mornings, but I think Saturday mornings though is where he talks with his kids, and this is John's Comics with Kids. These are both great channels that you got to check out if you get a chance. Well, I'm glad to see that you're honored. I feel honored to give in case you know, Shop Baki was one of my first comic book winners as well, one of my subscriber video winners from earlier on, and he's on every single video. I was very pleased that he popped on and I got to make him my first wrench. There is a site which you can download from the App Store called Whatnot. WHETNOT. And it's auctions. They have Funkos, they have comics, they have coins, they have I think they have clothing, they have jewelry, and you pick which categories you want to watch for. I personally watch Funkos, coins, and comic books. And there's a few on there that's, they're selling dollar books all day long. That's not what I'm in for. But I love looking at Skeff's Comic Knowledge. He also has a great channel. I love him. He's a lot of fun. You can tell when he gets super excited when he pulls out a book and gets a higher grade than he expected. I got to start paying attention to the chat. I'm going to have to bring my glasses because this is really tiny on my screen. What's up, Shop? Nice. Congrats. That book is right above my desk with my Hulk 340. Well, thank you. Hey, I'm in good company with a Hulk 340. My 340 is actually behind me. I try to, under advice from different people, I try to change out the books, but it's quick to change the books, but it's hard for me to sit there and decide which books to put up. So, I got the bottom wall there. I want to put in Wolverine, going to Hulk, and then go over to She-Hulk, try to make a theme going across. I tried to go Silver Age on the second row. Something is Killing the Children on the third row, and X-Men on this row here. But the only difference was I still leave out the ASM 210 9.2, which is going to be the 750 subscriber video. Just hanging out with my littles playing in the background. That's cool. Yeah. Skeff's reactions are great. Baki, did you watch the one? And this goes back almost like 6 months ago, where he sent in his, what was that? John Carter, Warlord of Mars, to CGC for a cleaning, a pressing, and it was already a graded book, a cleaning, a pressing, and a Frank Miller signing. And he was hoping it would get bumped up to like a 9 point. I think it was a 9.4 that he sent in. He was hoping to get back a 9.6 or a 9.8, and he got back a 9.0. Man, I thought that you could just see the look on his face, and he put in a little note at the bottom of the screen, preparing to throw this out the window. And you could see the heartbreak, and I felt so bad for the guy. But if you've watched his videos lately, he's been submitting to CBCS, and he's been getting a lot of 9.9s. I think he's up to 14 9.9s over the last few weeks. Because, yeah, 12, and he got 2 in that last submission. I think he's evened it out. Yes, they got pooed on. Yeah. Welcome, Emmanuel. How are you doing today? Skeff is smart with the CBCS Quick Flip Hot Modern Books. Yeah, he puts them all on Whatnot. Because yes, he has a good channel, but he auctions off these books on Whatnot. He'll get 20, 25 people, which is a decent amount for an auction because it still keeps the prices fair. He is getting CBCS prices for them, which is 15%, 20% less than CGC, which I hope evens out one day. Would be really nice. Those 9.9s helped that drop. Yes, it did. So I have do you guys have any books out at CBCS, and do you have any recent horror stories? Because, I know I made some videos saying that we should try to give them a try, but man, they're really dropping the ball on their turnarounds. Oh my God. I have one submission there that was delivered by USPS in April. They received it May 9th, and it's still not in grading. That was a 10-book submission, but they charged me already way back in May. They made me pay for it, but I haven't done anything with it. Considering CBCS, as I have a couple signed with the verification and a coverless ASM 14 that would get a 3 at least. A coverless that would get a 3? I don't think a coverless can get that high. I mean, I may be wrong. I've been called out on a couple of books that I thought made certain criteria, but I think a coverless gets either an NG or a 0.5. Before you send off your book that needs a verification, let me tell you about my next submission, which was sent in the and delivered to them on May 27th. They can't find it. And that is the 1990 Spider-Man #1, the McFarlane one, signed by Stan Lee. And I just wanted to get it slabbed. I mean, it's probably a 9.4, 9.2, but I wanted to get it slabbed so I could lock in, my memory of getting Stan the Man to sign the book. They can't find it. I've been on the phone with them 15 times since July. And next week, I call them every 2 weeks. And next week, I'll call them again. And every time they ask me, well, who did you speak to last time? And my response to it is, you haven't told me your name this time. Neither did the guy before that, or the person before that, or the person before that. Well, do you have the tracking number? I've given you the tracking number 15 times. Do you actually have a file or not? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see it here. And then they'll read the tracking number back to me. So they remember me calling at this point. And what they say is, well, we'll let the shipping department know to look for it. Seriously, it's one book. I'm just having some bad luck, I'm sure. But so if you want to send yours, go right ahead and send it in. I have several of my Nottingham books at CBCS. I tried FastPass, and I'm billing after a month, already graded. Okay, I have 2 copies of Nottingham #1 submitted in the 25-book submission they received in July, and now I'm hoping to get it back by Christmas. And I'm not even going to try to figure out when they're going to actually receive in the submission I sent in, and then it was delivered in August. So I'm 0 for 4 right now on any kind of luck of processing at CBCS for a grand total of 35, 45, 46 books. But I've already paid for all of them out of my bank account, and that kind of ticks me off. So my last 10-book submission, I did send back to CGC. I did also submit a walkthrough, which I believe it said 9 days on the website or 19 days, but they turned around it in 2. And I was shocked at that. They actually got something through faster than expected, which was nice because that was the book that I got for my wife, the Marvel Spotlight #5. So let's see. Yes, felt so bad. CB says okay. Really good. Oh, 0.3. Again, I'm sorry. The font is really small. I thought you said you were going to get a 3. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I got about 15, 25 books sent out to CBCS. I have several of my Nottingham books at CBCS. Fast. I was about to. Not the Stanley. Yes, the Stanley. Yeah, they still haven't found it. OSHA, that great book is. Well, I mean, yeah, I could probably go and buy another one, but I just wanted to have the book that I had, just slabbed. I mean, that's one of those ones that goes into the PC. I mean, a lot of people, they come down on the book, not boon. Well, it's actually been a boon on my life as well. Let's be honest on that. But no, a lot of people, they come down on people for flipping books. I mean, I think that Skeff is a great example of what I think is not a bad way of flipping books, because as he's pulling a lot of these books out, you see that it's not all just I want to make money. Okay, it's not a business to him. What he's, he pulls out a book like Wind at 9.9. Okay, I'm not selling this because he immediately becomes attached to it. He loves comics, but he's allowing the hobby to pay for itself. And I don't really think that that's a bad thing. There's a big difference between comic book investors that only want to flip and make money and smart comic book people that want to allow the hobby to kind of pay for itself with the intention of getting books like that will never leave. I mean, let's see. Fantastic Four, I traded a ASM 361 in a 9.6 and the first appearance of Echo in a 9.4, which I know are worth more, and were worth more at that time than that. I didn't care. I wanted that book. I loved it. And I mean, I'm trying to duck my head down here a little bit. I'm trying to see behind me which books will never leave my collection. Actually, they're more like the ones on the side. Heir to the Empire, #1. Star Wars Clone Wars, #1. Kanan, Star Wars Kanan, #6. Those 3 books. Probably, well, maybe the Kanan. I don't know, but the first 2 definitely not going to sell. So, I mean, what do you guys do? Do you buy with the intention of keeping every book that you get? Do you buy with the intention of selling some to help you get others, like letting the hobby pay for itself? And hey, T-Pain, how you doing? Oh man, that was fun yesterday. And like I said, yeah, T-Pain is one of the vendors, I guess you'd say, that I was talking about earlier in the Southern Comic Geek Saturday auction, which is at 2:00 Eastern time, 1:00 Central. And yesterday they ran for 5 hours. And I was actually, well, I don't know if I want to say this because just in case somebody from work watches it, but I was working from my desk yesterday and I had the phone there and getting some stuff done. And at the same time, I'm like, oh, I want to bid on that. So one of the benefits of being able to get some work done on Saturday, but I do a little bit of both for sure. Well, yeah, that's, there are books that I buy straight out of the gate, Baki, that I'm never going to, I said, this is mine forever. I mean, I bought a X-Men 165 in a 9.8. And I'm sure you guys are like, okay, what's special about that book? That was the book that I was reading when I blacked out and my grandmother threw a bucket of water over my head to try to get me, so I didn't die. And all I was concerned about when I came to was the fact that she ruined my comic book. So I had to go buy one in 9.8 just so I could say, see, this is the book I should have had. So do you guys have any questions about that you'd like to ask me? Because I mean, that's, or anything that you'd like to see on future streams, or anything. I mean, that's one of the ideas of having a live stream, is that we can talk about different things. And I've watched live streams for Skeff's Comic Knowledge, and they fire questions at him left and right. And he rapid fire answers them the best that he can. We were running out of questions. We were like paper or plastic. I mean, hey, what do you call it? Global warming, myth or truth? I do both also, and I only sell my extras. Well, I mean, you buy quite a bit. You buy half the books that you guys are trying to auction off. Yeah, I'm kidding, Payne. I can tell by how you sell some books and you grab other ones, and I can tell like this man loves comic books. I think that everybody out of the live stream, you probably have the deepest love of the characters, the stories, the comic books themselves, and that's why I really enjoy giving you my business. Manuel, okay, I am a Hobgoblin collector. That's cool. Okay, I'm hoping for you in the next movie, in the next Spider-Man movie. I like most of my books. I like most of my books raw. Stray Dogs and Nottingham are exceptions to the slabbing books. I've sold my non-attachment X-Men ASM doubles and Venom books to Fund the Hobby. Well, those are good books to sell, especially with the as hot as those go. They don't really have too much of a quick peak. They're more like a slow burn going up. So great times to try to sell those. I'll buy a big lot to get one book sometimes. Yes. Oh, but who was it? T-Pain. Who was it that had those poppers yesterday? And does he have a trademark on that name? Because those were cool. Those were cool. Are you just a Stitch fan or all things Disney? Yeah, kind of both. I do love Disney. I love Disney completely, but Stitch is. I relate to Stitch. Okay. Yes. Let's see if I can get you guys to see this. I actually have a full Ohana Stitch tattoo. There you go. For 30 years, I wanted to get a tattoo, but I am so fickle that I knew it would be very hard for me to pick something. I'd see a pattern or a design or a picture and say, "Oh, I'd like to get that on a tattoo," and I would wait 1 month and then go back and look at it again and change my mind. So I had no tattoos. Somebody at work was walking by with a Stitch tattoo, and I freaked. I was actually in a meeting on the floor because I was a supervisor there. And as soon as the meeting was over, I tracked that person down, and I ran up to her and said, "Excuse me, can I see your arm, please? Can I see your arm? Can you roll up your sleeve? Can I see your arm?" And she thought she was in trouble. And she pulled up, and I saw that it was a different Stitch tattoo than this. And I was like, I am freaking out. I love that. I started researching all different designs, saw this, and immediately had it done. So, cool tat. Yes, I want to get one on the other side. It would be Toothless. It would be Baymax and Stitch. I would love to have them as Avengers. I just got to figure out how to do that. Maybe Baymax as a Hulk, Stitch as Iron Man, and not just maybe forget Avengers, just Marvel characters, and I could have what do you call it? Toothless coming up with the Phoenix fire behind him or something along those lines. The tough part is doing Baymax because he's all white, and white tats don't work too well. I'll be back. I love you, Ohana and family. Well, thank you so much, and love you guys as well. He was actually the first person that popped in here, and he's constantly contacting me, so that's why he became my first wrench. I don't know how many I actually need. I don't know what this does. It says something. Oh for 200. Does it say anything about how many people are in the chat? Oh, there we go. We have 3 in the chat, and I have 5 likes. Okay, more people that have liked this rather than actually being in it, which is fine. Well, you know what? There, I'm going to like it too. Go back to the live chat. Hey, you know what? I take every like I can, and that includes liking my own video. So, let's see. Did you guys watch What If this week? And are you ready for next week's finale? Which I didn't. Zarabinski? Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. If you want to throw your own links for your channels in this chat, please, by all means, go right ahead. You guys help me out with a good 10 subscribers by throwing my link into the Southern Comic Geek auction. And, again, we're all one big community. As long as we don't link Comic Toms, I'm fine. I think he's an example of what's wrong with the community. A lot of times he, hypes books that I just think are total dumpster fires, as JP's Budget Collecting would say. I watched the top 10. Zarabinski is the one that did the poppers. Thank you. I bought one of them, and he makes $10 stacks. So anybody that watches this now or watches it again later, Zarabinski, what he did was he made different stacks of comics, and he puts a certain book on it. And every stack at that time was $10. He might do a different price later on. I don't want to hold him to it. And I took one of the stacks, and the top book I could tell it had what's the mystery box guy from California that I've bought a couple for and was really disappointed for. But anyway, it had one of his stickers on it. It said 15. And I'm like, it really doesn't sell for 15. But I didn't care. I had just pulled that same Green Goblin cover ASM out of a Walmart pack the week before. So now I have two. I'm not going to complain about that one. But there were a number of good books in there that I would love to read, and a hardcover book at the end. I'm like, how can you go wrong for $10? You're getting a hardcover alone, which is $10, and then all the other books are fine. FOMO Industrial Complex. Absolutely. But getting back to Comic Tom, I watch his top 10 because it's important to know how he's going to influence other people. And if there's a book that's on your I want to get this when I have a chance list, and he throws it on his list, that's not the time to buy it. If you've got a certain book in your dollar bin and he throws it on his list, that's your time to sell it. He reaches out to so many people that don't, he definitely creates a lot of the FOMO himself. But then after watching that, I get the chance to go to JP's Budget Collecting, which he usually airs it a couple hours afterwards. And that becomes a live stream as well, which I always seem to miss. Where they go through, I think it's like the top 20, and he breaks it into speculation news and covers and first appearances. And, they'll rate it. This is worth it. This is straight cash. I'll be back means that in 6 months from now, the book will be less than it is now. It's a trap, dumpster fire. Come on, man. I think he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 categories that are negative. One that's stable, and the other one is going to make money. So he's kind of, I guess by doing that, he's telling he's a pessimist at heart. And another thing that he does, though, is he takes that same video and does a 6-month look back at it. It's called Where Are They Now? So right now, if he makes a video now, talking about the top 10, which is actually top 20 because I think he has a CBSI, no, whichever, another agency. He combines the two, so you get 20 books. He does the video for that, and then 6 months later, he takes the video that he made, and he records everything and says, okay, this is what I said 6 months ago on these same books. I mean, this one I said it was a dumpster fire. It's gone up. I was wrong. This one has gone up. This one's gone down. I said it was going to go up. I was wrong. 80% of the time, he's right. And the whole purpose of this is for everybody to get to learn what drives us so we can try to avoid making the same mistakes over and over and over again. I've got a couple boxes of books that, this is going to go up. It's not going up. It never will go up. So many people are afraid of missing out on the next Something is Killing the Children, that as soon as a new series comes out, they go out and buy every variation of it. And the funny thing is, if you did the math on all the books that never went up, that you purchased, that are stuck in your dollar bins, if you never bought any of those books, you'd have enough money to buy that one as it was going up. So, I mean, 100 books at $3.99 a piece? It's $400. You could have grabbed that one as it was starting to go up. So, and by saying this, I'm kind of a hypocrite because I got, like I said, a couple boxes myself of, another number one, another number one, another number one. I'm trying to limit myself a little bit by not buying every variation. I picked the cover I think is the best, which, looking back at Something is Killing the Children, I like the Frizzen better than the Jay Lee. I'm looking at them on my screen, in case you're wondering where my eyes are. And I like the Frizzen the most. I like the Jay Lee the second. And then I like the regular cover, the third place. I'm not going to say the worst because it's not a bad cover. But if you think about the prices are in complete inverse order to the way I say I like them. I believe the Jay Lee is more expensive than the Frizzen. Well, they're pretty close. But then, they're nothing compared to the first cover. I did pick up a copy of, what is that called? Oh, what I showed earlier, in case you guys don't go back and rewatch it, is I did pick up 4 copies of Dark Ages #1. I think this is going to be a great series. I did get 1 copy in already, but one of the corners was damaged. That one's not a contender. That's my reader. I already know the storyline, but I'm going to read it anyway. And these 4 I am going to be submitting, so I got to get them into my press. Make sure that they're the best chance possible. So let's see. I still have 3 people here. I assume that's T-Pain. Does it tell me who they are if I click on that? No, you can't click on it. Well, anyway, this was a very good experiment for a live stream. I think I might want to do my next unboxing if I ever get one back as a live stream. That would be really cool. And now I can see that I can. Yes, T-Pain. I figured that you were here, Emmanuel's here, and Shop are here, and that Baki had to step out. So I saw 3, and I mean, it's not like I have 50 people in here. Very good test run. Well, thank you. I have to check with the missus to see if she's willing to do a test run. She's a very nervous person when it comes to this kind of stuff. That's why she always dresses like she's part of the jihad. I mean, one of the times that she got upstairs, she took her sweatshirt off. I actually saw C4 strapped to. I'm kidding. Oh man, if she watches this, I'm dead. But I think doing an unboxing live would be kind of fun because I'd like to see, what you guys also think that I the grade could be, and I can actually put it out as what do you call it, a scheduled live stream instead of just I'm gonna go live, click. So anyway, though, I appreciate you guys joining me for this. Oh, somebody ran away. If you haven't already, please make sure that you click like. I know that you're already subscribed, because I know you guys. I also am nervous about getting in front. I do all no face unboxing videos. Yeah, well, you know what it is? I was blessed with this wonderful face. I like making people laugh, and it's one of the few things that I'm really, I think, good at. I hold back a lot here because I feed off of the reactions of other people to know if I've gone too far or not. But a lot of my humor is in the way I look, like most comedians. But I want to, again, thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to try to wrap this up. We're coming up at 37 minutes. You guys have listened to me ramble on. I hope you're doing something like cooking dinner or doing something and have me on in the background. I'd hate to think that you were actually staring at a screen at my face for 37 minutes. But anyway, thanks so much for joining. I'm going to wrap this up. I actually don't hit that button. I have to click that button. This is all new to me. It's so much fun. But I still have to use my catchphrase, which is, until next time, I'm out.